All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on how we know it's a sore topic for you Israelite women regarding your hair, but you're still going to have to accept it, man. All right? The Israelite man has had to accept that all of the things that he's going through are because of spiritual reasons and not physical. Right? It's not because we're just stupid and dumb. The reason why we're in the situations that we are, because we're not stupid and dumb. That's the thing. Every single thing in this world that people have tried to say about us that we can't do, we can do every single one of them and have proven that we can do them. Right? We are not stupid and dumb. The reason why we're not in certain financial situations and why we're not in power in this world is because of spiritual reasons, and it goes back to the curses of the old covenant that the Israelites was under. That's mentioned in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, and it's also mentioned in Leviticus the 26th chapter. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which are commanded this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Right now, the Israelite men are the first ones that you will see that accept that all these curses that goes into here happen to us, right? Including Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68, which is talking about the Atlantic slave trade, right? Whether you people want to try and say that there was some event that happened in the past, oh, something happened in the past, oh, it happened as well, something happened in Josephus and all of that. Okay, let's say that that's true. Prove that that didn't happen to us. Prove it wasn't us that went through that. Prove it. Prove that it wasn't so-called black people that went through the thing that you're mentioning that happened in the past as well. Can you prove that? No, you can't. You people can't prove it. But we can definitely show that there's something that happened in the past that we went through that speaks about people going into slavery in ships. And we know that America has fashioned itself off of Egypt, because there's certain places within America that are named after places in Egypt. And on the American dollar bill, it has a pyramid on there, when originally their idea was going to be to have Moses splitting the Red Sea on there, but Yahweh made them put a pyramid on there to show that that place is spiritually Egypt, man. Right? And it's spiritually Egypt because it was founded off of the slavery of the Israelites, just like how the Egyptian empire was pretty much built up itself off the ancient Egyptian empire built off itself off of slavery of the Israelites as well, man. They was able to get a lot of wealth from that. Right? Now, that's not what this lesson's necessarily about. It's about how we know that the Israelite woman and the hair topic is a sore spot for you, right? But yet you're still gonna have to accept it, man, because we have to accept all the things that we went through, man. So you're gonna have to accept the things that you've went through, right? And I'm gonna try and find. There we go. I'm gonna try and find the scripture where it says that a woman's glory is her hair. Here we go. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 15. But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. So we know that you women's hair is your glory, right? We know that you women care about your hair more. You women care about your hair more than you care about the Israelite man. And if you don't believe me, just start looking up some of these interviews that people do to women, Israelite women on the street, so-called black women on the street and all of that. And when they ask them, what would you do if your husband told you, or if your boyfriend or your man told you to not wear weave in your hair and to wear your natural hair? And some of these women say that they would leave their husband, that they'd end the relationship, right? Women care about their hair more than they care about the Israelite man, right? That's just a fact, right? A man's glory is his woman, and a woman's glory is his hair. Simple as that, man. Yahweh Shai's glory is the elect of the nation of Israel, and Yahweh's glory is Yahweh Shai. And that's why he gave Yahweh Shai the preeminence, meaning the ability to do everything first that an Israelite's ever going to do. before every other Israelite, man. And that's why every other Israelite is going to be fashioned after the template of Yahweh Shai. But Yahweh Shai is going to be the best of that, man. The best. The things that come after Yahweh Shai are not going to be better than him. But it's going to be based on Yahweh Shai's design, man. Now, I'll read it again, verse 15. But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. So we know that you women's hair is your glory, right? And we know that it's a sore topic for you why you don't have long hair and all of that, right? But you women are gonna have to accept the reason why you don't have long hair, man. You're gonna be made to accept the reason why you do not have it, right? Which a lot of you want to try and talk all this stuff about. Oh, it's a protect. I cover my hair over and all of that because it's a protective hairstyle, right? Oh, it's a protective hairstyle. I'm growing my hair underneath. Oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to grow my hair. I don't have enough time to have my hair natural. They say all stuff like this, man, right? But we know that that's not the reason why you don't have long hair. We know that it's in the Bible the reason why you don't have long hair, and it goes towards a personality thing, right? It's a personality and attitude reason why you women don't have long hair. It's because of your behavior, right? So you need to fix your behavior first in order for the long hair to even be a thing that you're going to have. Because hair going down to your shoulder is not really long hair among any other nation of women. That would be considered mid-length and even maybe short hair to a certain degree, right? But among Israelite women, hair that can go down to your shoulder is considered long, but that's not even long if we're telling the truth, man. Now, I'm going to read it. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16. Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. So the women of Israel are haughty. They're proud, right? Because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and one-tined eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet because of the attitude, right? It's because of it's not because of the Israelite man's attitude. It's because of your attitude, right? It's not because of the Israelite man's being a deadbeat dad. It's not because the Israelite man's not around. It's not because the Israelite man is a drug dealer and a gangbanger and he just wants to rap. And it's not because the Israelite man cheated on you. The reason why you ain't got the long hair is because of you, right? It's because of your ways. This is not a thing that you can try and blame us for. This is personal between you and Yahweh. You know, you women want to talk about your personal relationship with God and all of that. Well, because your personal relationship that you have with God was disgusting, right? He personally paid you and hit you right where it hurts in your hair. And you Israelite women are trying to not accept that that's the truth right now. But the events that are going to take place on the earth are going to make you remember, right? They're going to make you be forced to remember that that's the truth, man. And I'm going to read it right now. Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and one-tined eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore Yahweh will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. So because it's a scab, right? A scab doesn't necessarily go over your whole head, right? And that's why not every single Israelite woman has this plague, right? It's mainly on the head tribe of Israel, Judah, right? But then Benjamin and Levi also go through it as well because they're the southern kingdom, man. And the southern kingdom actually were acting more towards God initially. But then even they still went off and did exactly the same things as those Israelites that got taken down. The southern kingdom, the northern kingdom, they ended up doing exactly the same things as those, man. And even though you ended up having the Maccabees and all of that, right, they still ended up being wicked and being hypocrites when it came to the law anyway. They still ended up doing exactly the same things as the Israelites that they used to like to call Greeks because they were following after the Greek ways during the time of the Maccabean period, the Maccabean revolt, man, the Hasmonean dynasty, right? Verse 18, in the day that Yahweh will take away the bravery, and this is the point, man, in the day that Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their cords and their round ties like the moon. So the Israelite woman already had a lot of these things taken away from her in the Atlantic slave trade, man. Right? They had it taken away, but now they've built that arrogance and that pride back up again, and now they have got coverings again to show, to try and hide the curse that Yahweh put on them, man, which was done to humble them. They've now been able to again hide over these things and cover over these things that Yahweh did to punish them for their pride, right? Which in Yahweh punishing you, Israelite women, for your pride, that did end up eventually causing the Israelite man distress as well, because the woman that is his glory has lost her own glory. So it affected both the man and the woman of the nation. Yet it was caused by the woman doing what she did. It doesn't say because the Israelite man cheated, right? And because jiggers ain't this and jiggers ain't that, that's why Yahweh made the Israelite woman lose her hair. It says it's because of the daughters of Zion's haughty attitude, man. It's not because of us why that happened to you. It's your problem, right? And we know it's a sore spot for you and all that. We know that you care. We know that you might be at work and people are saying this and saying that. We know that people want to touch your hair all the time. But let's just say this, man. If you Israelite women had the hair that you're supposed to have, you wouldn't even care about people touching your hair. You wouldn't even care as much, man, if your hair was how it's actually going to be when you're no longer cursed. You wouldn't care about people touching your hair no more, right? You wouldn't care as much if all you Israelite women had the hair length that you're going to have in the kingdom of heaven. Because even though we get on Israelite women loads, man, we have to also tell them the truth that the curse that you're under is going to be removed, but you have to remove your pride first, man. You have to fix up your attitude, because that's the only reason why you have the short hair, because Yahweh put a scab on your head, man. Right? Now, back to verse 18 again. In the day that Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cords and their round ties like the moon. So Yahweh's hit you women everywhere that it hurts, but because you've built back up your pride again and you are trying to become a joint heir with Esau, you've tried to hide over these things, and certain people actually believe that your hair length and all of that, that's fake hair. They actually believe that it's your real hair length, right? And it's a thing that people try and not talk about. They try and pretend like, oh, nah, that's not real. That's not a real thing that's going on. That's not a thing that's really happening, because it's become so normalized for Israelite women to have fake hair in their head, right? It's become normal for that to happen. It's actually not normal for Israelite women. Will even tell another Israelite woman that she should get this or get that if she's wearing a natural hair. They don't even like what it looks like. So, but then they'll expect us to like what it looks like, man. But they don't even like it themselves, right? Now, Yahweh is going to take away, when all hell breaks loose and the day of the Lord's wrath comes, he's going to take away every single woman on the earth's ability to hide what they really look like anyway. But you Israelite women are going to really go through it, man, because you're the nation that's chosen. You're part of the chosen nation. So you're really going to pay in the time of what's coming, man, because you've sinned against Yahweh just like we have. And that's why Yahweh gave you your own personal curse of your hair, man. And he gave us men, when you read higher up in the chapter, it gave us men a curse as well, that we ain't got certain men that are leaders among our nation. And just to be fair, I'll read it, man. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 1. For behold, the Lord Yahweh of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, the mighty men and the man of war. That would be having your own army, the judge and the prophet, which the prophet hasn't been taken away, because men are prophesying and talking about how the wickedness of this world is now, right? It's happening right now again, right? And the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50 and the honorable man and the counselor and the cunning artificer and the eloquent orator, right? And some of this is going back into when the Israelites got taken down, that they took the best of our nation. The Babylonian Empire took the best of our nation and used them as their slaves. But that's the same thing that's happening in the world now. To us, to our nation, man. It's the same thing that's happening now. Now, let me go back to this. Verse 19. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, these are all things that Yahweh is going to take away from you Israelite women, which he's took it away anyway, because you Israelite women don't have your own of this. You just copy whatever other woman does. The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings and the rings and the nose jewels and the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins and the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. Now, linen to buy linen clothes, man, is actually very expensive, man. But you Israelite women used to have that in abundance, but because of your pride, these things have been taken away from you. Because part of your curse is that your men of your nation do not have the finances that you would want them to have. Because if men have men don't care about money nowhere near as much as women do. So if men had the finances that women think are valuable finances, right? Men are just gonna pour that wealth into their glory. And what's their glory? Their woman. That's where the money would be going, man. And that's why you women are crying and complaining when these NFL players go and date Edomite women or other women of other nations, because you know deep within your heart that should be for you, right? Because they're the men of your nation. But yet you don't want to treat them the way how these other women of other nations would treat them. You're trying to treat them like garbage. So of course, they're going to run and go to women that ain't treating them like that. Just like how if you women had the option, right? If the majority of women out there had the option to date a guy that's broke with no money whatsoever, right? Or date a guy that's extremely handsome according to what they think from their eyes, right? Got a good social life and a social structure, and's got unlimited wealth, right? Or a lot more wealth than the other guy. Who they gonna choose if they had the choice? They're gonna obviously choose the one that's best for them. So why are they shocked and surprised when men do it? Simple as that. Right, now back to this verse 21. The rings and the nose jewels and the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And that's why you women ain't really got the fragrance, that the natural feminine fragrance pouring from your body as you would like to have. It's off, right? And all the things that you wear on your head makes your head stink. Now, you can play and say, oh, nah, it don't. Who's this geezer? Who does he think he is? Oh, he's scared. He's hiding his face. If you look on this channel, you will find my face. You'll find it. You can say whatever you want to say. You can even find a video and see my face and say, oh, he's ugly, or he's this, he's that. All right, if you want to say that, that's fine. But you still have to accept that what's happened to you. You still have to accept that you're cursed. And it doesn't matter that if out of 100 Israelite women, one of them wears their natural hair and it's long. That means that it's a problem. That means that the other 99, why is their hair not long? Why is it not? If you was to pick 1,000 Israelite women, I don't even think 100 of them would have their natural hair that's long hair, because they're cursed. And that would only be 10%. Their hair's cursed. Yahweh put a curse on their hair. And you can try and say that's not true or you want. But then if you want to say that, then why is your hair so short? If it's not because Yahweh did it, if it's not got nothing to do with the Bible, right? Why did it happen then? Why has it happened? Why is it that every other nation of women can grow long hair apart from you? You know, as the majority? Why is that? If you don't want to say that it's according to the Bible, okay, why did it happen then? And this is what this video is about. You women are going to have to accept your curses, man. You can say whatever you want to say about the Israelite men. Oh, they're doing this and they're doing that. Okay. But what about you, though? You're going to have to accept your part, man. You're going to have to. And I'm reading it. Verse 25. In fact, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well set hair, boldness. Right? Not B-O-L-D, B-A-L-D, meaning lack of hair. Right? Lack of hair, man. And you can say that it's not happened, but we know that it has. We know. You women try and act, you Israelite women try and act like the Israelite man doesn't have Israelite sisters, or doesn't have Israelite female cousins, or doesn't have an Israelite mom. We know the hair struggle, man. We've seen it, fam. We've seen the 5 hours sitting down in a living room getting your hair done. We've seen it. Every 20 seconds, ouch, ouch. The mom's got their comb all in their hair, saying don't stop moving. We've seen it, man. We've seen you women go into the hair salons, getting your hair steamed and all of this. We've seen it, man. We've seen how you women complain after coming out of the Israelite woman hairdresser saying, I think they cut off too much of my hair, which is true, because the other Israelite woman will be scared. Will be envious and jealous if another Israelite woman's got more hair than her. So she'll cut off extra inches of her hair so that she can be bald-headed like her. We know all of it, man. We've seen it, man. So you can try and play games and say whatever you want to say, but you yourself are going to have to accept you like to talk about your personal relationship with God. You're going to have to accept what Yahweh did to you. Just like how us men have had to accept what Yahweh did to us, right? The reason why the Israelite man can't stand another Israelite man is because we're cursed. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 54. It's simple. But trying to say like you ain't cursed, that don't make you not be cursed. That just makes you look like a damn fool. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. And that's why you Israelite women don't look as attractive as you'd want to look, man. And you can try and say that you do and all that. You can try and get on a Kevin Samuels podcast and all that and say, oh, Israelite men like thicker women and all that. Listen, man, there's a difference between thick and fat. You understand? There's a difference between curvy and a big boulder. There's a big difference, man. And then you can try and say that men are coons and all of that because they date women of other nations. You can say whatever things you want to say, but that still doesn't change what you see when you look in the mirror and what number comes up when your 2 feet hit them scales, right? That still don't change that, does it? That still don't change that you're talking all this talk about protective hairstyles and all of that, and talking about how you don't have time to do your own hair, and trying to blame everyone else for the reason why you don't want to do things to your own hair. That still don't change none of that, man. You're still going to have to accept and deal with what you've did, man. You're going to have to accept and deal with your portion, right? You're going to have to. You ain't got no choice, man. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to. Verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. And here's the point. And her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. So you're going to have to accept it, man. The time's going to come where you're not going to be able to run and hide and blame no one else and say that the reason why you get weave is because the Israelite man likes it more. You ain't going to be able to blame no one else apart from yourself. And the realization that you've heard, you women have heard this scripture before, man. You've heard Isaiah 3:16. And that's the perfect example and reason for you to say, you know what, okay, that makes sense. That's the reason why we don't have hair. But instead, you'll come up with all these other excuses. Oh, there's not an education. There's not enough education on the hair. Well, who's supposed to educate you on the hair that grows out of your head other than yourself? Who? Who do you want to educate you on it? It should be you doing it. Right? Now, the point of this lesson, I'm going to end the lesson here anyway, man. I think I made the point, man. You women are going to have to accept your problem, right? We know it's a sore spot for you, but you're going to have to accept your curses, man. You're going to have to. You ain't got a choice. You're going to have to accept what Yahweh did to you. What the God that you women always want to try and talk about when you go to church. You're going to have to accept what he did to you. You're going to have to. You ain't going to have a choice, man. All hell's going to break loose. And all the things you've been using to try and hide what Yahweh did to you, it's going to be brought back to your memory again. Right? It's going to be brought back, man. And I'm going to end the lesson there. Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. Shalom.